I won't even peek at you. Yellow Ferrari like Pikachu. I got him waiting and watching what he gon' do. Tryna pee what I do, tryna steal my moves. 2,500 for a new pair of tennis shoes. The same price I can make.
What's poppin', y'all? It is your boy Munoz back again with another video. So, like I said before, y'all, that I was gonna be posting 2 videos for y'all. So this video is going to be about a story time of the time I almost got kidnapped. And I guess you could say kidnapped, but I'm just gonna say kidnapped. But honestly, the real story is I almost got pimped. If for people that are gonna think boys can't get pimped, they can get pimped. Yes, they can. Whatever girls can do, boys can do too. Whatever happens to girls, it can happen to boys. Yes, I almost got pimped, but I guess you could say kidnapped. But like, comment, subscribe. Make sure y'all hit that bell. You're already here, so you might as well do it now. And we're just gonna get straight into this video. Okay, y'all. So it was maybe a year or 2 years ago. I was a sophomore, and I used to walk. Well, in the morning, I used to walk to the bus stop to get to my school, and then I would have to get off the bus after school and then take the bus to go home. And then I'd have to walk the rest of the way home after I got off the bus. So, I was walking, and I got to the light to cross the street so then I can, get to the shortcut way, because it was just going to be longer if I took the other way. So I was at the light to the shortcut, which was maybe 5 minutes away from my house. And I seen this guy in this dark gray. I'm not gonna lie, it was a nice dark gray Mustang. Maybe the newer Mustang, not one of the older ones, but it was a newer one. And it was this bald black guy, brown skin, looked older, maybe in his 30s, maybe late 20s, early 30s. And I seen him, he was driving past me really, really, really slow. And I was like, boo, what are you looking at? Now, I'm gonna be very specific, very detailed, because I'm just bold. So I'm gonna be, specific, and I'm gonna give a lot of detail. So, mind you, I was like, that's weird. Why are you looking at me? So I screamed, boo! And he drove off fast. So then I was walking, minding my business. Mind you, I had my headphones in. I was listening to Bryson Tiller. Yeah, I'm not even gonna hold on. I remember the song and everything I was listening to. I think I was listening to Let Me Explain by Bryson Tiller. I love that song. So I'm walking and I'm on the sidewalk. So there's an empty parking lot. It used to be DD's and all that stuff. So I'm walking on the sidewalk because it was closed off through the parking lot. So I was walking on the sidewalk, and the same exact car, the same guy, he drove right past me. So I was like, bro, what? Are you for reals? So I was like, maybe, he lives around here. So I'm walking and I'm walking. There's apartments right behind my house. And I'm right across the street from the apartments. And I see him, because I was going to cross the street, and I seen him parked next to the other apartments that are right behind mine. And I see him parking on the side, really literally right across the street from where I was. And I was like, bro, what is he doing? Maybe I was thinking, well, the first thing that came to my head was maybe he's waiting for somebody. But then I seen him make a U-turn, and he pulled up next to me, y'all. When I was shook. I was shook. So I'm walking, I got my headphones in. Don't talk to strangers, but I was 16, and I was a little dumb. But trust and believe, baby, after I got done experiencing this, I knew. Not talking to strangers was a real thing. I knew it was a real thing, but it's for real. Really, you don't talk to strangers, because, yeah. So he pulls up next to me slowly, and I'm trying to walk faster, but there's I was trying to cross the street, but when you're in when you're in shock, you don't have nothing else to do, nothing else to say, but you're just so, like, you're frozen, like, because, you're in shock. So I'm like, oh my God, I was just sitting there, like, frozen because I did not know what to say. I didn't know what to do. And he pulled up, and I remember everything he was wearing, y'all. I feel like I'm talking to the cops. He was wearing a black shirt, blue jeans, and some white Air Maxes, and a black and white New York's Yankee hat. And he pulled up next to me and he goes, "Do you need a ride?" And I take out my headphones and I said, "Excuse me?" And he said, "Do you need a ride?" And I was like, "No, I live right across the street." I didn't live across the street. I just said that so, like, he can be, like, maybe I thought he would leave if I said I lived across the street. So he goes, "No, it's okay. Let me give you a ride." And at that moment, I knew something was gonna go down. So I was like, "No, no, no. My dad's right there. Like, he meets me after school," and he goes, like, he kind of peeked and looked, and he knew that I was lying because there was really nobody there. Like, my dad wasn't there. Like, yeah. So that's another story. So he was like looking at me, and he goes, "How old is you?" And I go, 16. He said, "Mind you, I was looking nice and thick." He goes, "You got a nice ass." And I was like, okay. And I was like, okay. So at this moment, I knew exactly what to do. I walked faster. I put my headphones back in. And after he said that sentence, I put my headphones back in and I started to walk. And I wasn't going to go past the apartments. I was going to go around the apartments into where this restaurant is, but which was like where the longer way was. And I didn't care if it was longer or shorter. I just needed to get away from him because I thought I was going to get kidnapped. So as I'm walking a little bit farther, he pulls up really slow again right behind me, y'all. And I took my headphones out. I said, "What do you want?" And he goes, "Let me give you a ride." And he stopped his car and he's taking his car at the ignition. And I said, "Oh my God." And I'm trying to pull my phone out of my hand, but I'm just in shock and I'm so scared. I couldn't move. And I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna die. He's gonna pit me." So I was like, "Oh my God, he's gonna take me, and oh my God, I don't know what to do. I'm gonna have to fight him." But he wasn't big, but he was like big. Like, I could have probably took him down. But you could tell he was a pimp. Like, you just by looking at him, like, if y'all see the picture of him, you'll be like, yeah, he looked like somebody's pimp daddy. So I'm sitting there like, yo, he's gonna take me. So I was like, no, he kept asking me, "Do you need a ride?" He was like, "No, let me take you." So I finally said, I live right here. My dad is standing right there. I do not need a ride. Thank you for asking, but I need to go home. My dad is right there. So then he looks at me and he like gives me this look, and I'm thinking, "Oh, thank you, Jesus, 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 Jesus. Oh my gosh, Jesus, he's gonna shoot me." And he puts his car in reverse and he drives off. And I'm thinking, yo, that was like the worst thing. And I seen him pulling into where I was gonna walk, where the restaurant was. And I was like, "Oh my God, my phone." So I pulled my phone out and I called my mom and I said, "Mom, some guy just tried to give me a ride home." And then he asked me how old I was, and he said that I have a nice ass. And she said, "Are you serious?" I said, "Mom, I don't know what to do." And she was like, "Where are you?" And I said, I'm behind the apartments." And she was like, "He didn't try to kidnap you, idiot. He tried to pimp you." And I said, "Men can pimp boys?" She said, "Yeah, they don't care. They just need money." And I was like, "Oh my God." She was like, "Run, run." And mind you, I don't do PE, so I didn't run. I fast walked. You know how, I don't know if y'all ever see like the old white ladies walking down the street like this, like they was speed walking. I mean, when I was speed walking, I felt like Lightning McQueen. I was speed walking, but I didn't take the way I was gonna go. I took the short way home, and I'm walking, and I almost reached my house, and I'm still behind my house, my apartments. There was condos, so I'm right there, and I'm not condos. They were duplexes, and I get to where the duplexes are, and I seen him, and he was on the other side of the street, but I could still see him, and I was like, "Mom, mom," and I called her back, and I said, "Mom, he's right here. He's right here." She goes, "Right next to you." I said, "He's on the street." She said, "On what street?" And I said, "The other side of the street." And she goes, "Run, you need to run." So I started running, and as soon as I walked into the gate, I seen him driving right past my apartments, but I made sure he didn't see where I was going. So I hid behind the car, and he in order to get to my apartments, you have to make a U-turn, and then you drive into my apartments. He was going into the U-turn because I could see from the corner. I can see from down the street. If I walk outside of my apartments, I could look down the street and I could see the U-turn and all the rest, like the rest of the street. And I seen him making a U-turn, and I started running. I ran in the house, and I told my mom, and I was like, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I was crying. I was like, "Mom, mom, mom, mom." I almost got. She was like, "Are you stupid?" I was like, "Mom, you almost tried to take me." And I was crying and I was shaking, and ever since, like, I was like so scared. I didn't even want to walk home. I didn't want to walk to the bus stop. I was like, "You're gonna have to find me a ride, or you're gonna have to drive me to school." Oh my God. And I didn't know until that day that men can really, they do things to men too, to boys. It doesn't matter what age you are, they will find a way. They're gonna tell you that they're gonna give you a ride. Like he told me, like, I guess you could say he tried to kidnap me, but at the same time, it could have been like that type of situation where he would have kidnapped me and pimped me, or kidnapped me and raped me. That type of situation. But y'all, when I tell you I was scared to death, I mean, I was so scared. Like, after that, like, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say. And I told my grandma, I told my grandpa, I told my friends, I told my sister. And they were like, "You better be lucky. Like, God was really with you, yo. Like, you could have, like, that God could have got out of his car. He could have shot you. He could have, duct taped you, anything. He could have raped you. He could have pimped you. He could have really kidnapped you. You wouldn't have been lucky." So I was really, really, really happy that man didn't do nothing to me. Because, I'm sorry, I'm really happy that he didn't get out the car, because when he took his keys at the ignition, I thought at that moment, like, I'm gonna die. Like, so he's gonna kill me, or he's gonna, like, kidnap me. But, I really didn't think that, because I was in front of apartments, and next to the apartments there's a store, and there's like a lot of crazy it was like in a ghetto place. But it wasn't really as busy as it was, like it usually is. There was not a lot of people out there, but I mean, I seen kids running and stuff. But I mean, I was like, that night I prayed to God, and I was telling him, like, "God, thank you for, protecting me, watching over me. Like, I could have been, I could have just been kidnapped. I could have been on a milk carton. I could have been, I could have had an Amber Alert sent out for me. Like, it was crazy." And the next day, going to school and coming back from school, like, I really started, hallucinating, because when you go through that type of stuff, like, you're so scared, you don't know, like, you feel like, your mind plays tricks with you. And I thought I seen him again, but then I was like, no. But then one day, another day, it wasn't like around that month. I remember it was me and my mom and my sister, and we were in the car, and I swore to, everything that I loved, that it was the same guy in the same exact car. And I showed my mom, I said, "Mom, that's the guy, that's the guy." And she was like, "You're tripping," but it wasn't the guy. It was the same car though, but it was not the guy. It was I don't know what kind of guy it was, but it wasn't the guy. So that's a story time I really wanted to share with y'all. I hope you guys like it, because I was like, I should do a story time of the time I almost got pimped / kidnapped. I mean, I think it would be good. So, hopefully y'all like that this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. You're here now, so you might as well do it anyway. And I will see y'all tomorrow or my next video. So yeah. Oh.